Next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is Director and Head of Marketing Ericsson India, George Paul. He comes armed with 18 years of experience in the telecom space. He's worked across several functions within the telecom space, such as marketing, strategy, communications, key account management, and project management. He's currently helping shape markets in the ICT space. He's also driving within Ericsson India the networked society vision, where basically anything that can benefit from being connected will get connected. He's now going to step forward and talk to you about driving thought leadership through content marketing. Please welcome forward George Paul. Good morning.
I'll manage with this. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. I think most of you will agree that technology has become as cool as fashion and lingerie and food. So the point being that there's no debate that technology is shaping our lives. But again, the point is, it is not until recently that we've seen, behavioral changes, thanks to the smartphone, the way we interact, the way we build relationships, the way we exchange, is all, thanks to, the technology that we are embracing today. So at Ericsson, we believe that it's a lot deeper than that. And we've come up with this platform, which is called the Network Society. And it's through this network society that we are trying to build our thought leadership, and we have a great content strategy around it, which is what I will share. So basically, in the next 20-25 minutes, what I will do is I will tell you why the network society, what is the network society, and more importantly, how are we leveraging the network society. A little bit about Ericsson. Ericsson is in the telecommunications space. We basically primarily into communications technology. We supply software, services, infrastructure. 85% of our business comes from mobile operators, and that means that 40% of all global mobile traffic goes through our systems and networks. What it also means is that we are in the frontier of real-time technology, and we are at a crossroads. But a little bit more about Ericsson. We spread across the globe. We manage thousands of networks. We have you'll be surprised to note that the maximum number of employees in any country that Ericsson has is in India, around 18,000 employees. And that's primarily, because of the, global services center that we have. So now, this crossroads that I was talking about is reflected in our, business position. If you look at, if you rewind 15 years ago, you'll see that, most of our business came from, selling boxes. And, you rewind that, or you fast forward that to now. You see it's mostly services and software. At this point in time, Ericsson is the 5th largest software provider in the world. The world around us is changing, and Ericsson is no exception. 15 years ago, we were in the network space. We've had many acquisitions, many mergers that were happening, and today you just have 5 competitors in a largely commoditized market. At the same time, when you look at ICT, which is the future, you see that it's already getting into be a very crowded space, which means that Ericsson as a company needs to rethink its role. Do we just do we just be a connectivity provider, or can we make connectivity a lot more powerful in this whole value chain? So At this point in time, we've realized that we needed to have a story that can actually talk about our vision, and that's why we came up with this network society platform. So what we believe is that every person, every place, everything that can benefit from a connection will get connected. We believe that ICT will transform lives. It'll transform the way people, business, and society interact. And this is one particular story that we wanted to embrace and put it into a platform and then take it forward. So this is a little bit about our vision. But before I really get down into this particular slide, let me just tell you about my little story. I joined Ericsson 18 years ago. At that point in time, we were rolling out telephony networks. At that point in time, I think it was 18 rupees a minute, mobile tariffs, and everything looked incredible. I mean, just not possible. It was around 2000 when we started talking about mobile broadband, and really, I mean, mobile broadband on the phone. Early 2000s, I joined the marketing function, and then we used to put up this message stating that in emerging markets, most people will access internet through the phone, and it sounded like spin. But you fast forward that to today, I mean, you see that most people are accessing the internet through the phone, and that brings me to this particular slide. I mean, the kind of changes that are happening in the ICT space is incredible. I mean, look at the traffic that's carried every day on mobile networks. Just to give you a comparison, if you look at all the hard disks that were produced in 1996, it was just about 4 petabytes. If you look at crowdfunding, we have this we have the Aam Aadmi Party that kind of successfully engaged crowdfunding, and it's not a novelty anymore. So these are the kind of things that are happening in the ecosystem today, and we wanted to be part of this, not just be a connectivity player. So what's this network society? Being our thought leadership platform. So what we've seen in the past is that any installation phase, as we call it, takes around 20 to 30 years. You look at electricity, you look at steam engines. You have a time to build it out, and after that, the innovation follows. So likewise, in the last 20 to 30 years, we've seen the internet evolving. But now, we've crossed that inflection point, and which means that in the deployment phase, you will see, multiple types of innovations. The possibilities are infinite, and we want to be part of that. Now, one example of, this inflection point is, you look at it in the past, 1 or 2 years ago, most of us spend a lot of time talking on the phone, but today it's changed. I mean, it's more social media, it's a lot more, data driven type of communication. And this is one example that's happening right in front of us. And all this is possible because mobility, broadband, cloud becomes the foundation. Now, so in this new world, the old logics don't remain good. There'll have to be new logics. And I can give you one example. I mean, today, if I go to, deposit a check in the bank, I need to, fill out a form, personally go there and hand it over. But there are markets where, all you need to do is, download an app from the bank, click a photograph of the check, and send it to them, and then the money is deposited. So these are some of the logics that ICT is, coming forward with. One example. So why these logics are coming about? One is, people want convenience. Second is, enterprises are looking for efficiency. They're looking for innovation. And lastly, society also is looking to, sustain, with the finite resources that we have. Here's an example about how, Ericsson is, helping shape the network society. This is, it's not. Transport is now becoming a service. I'm not too sure if you're aware of these, ride-sharing, services where a lot of people, share cabs and, go to offices or, commute, and they hardly pay more than the price of the fuel. And in Europe, for instance, almost 2 million, commuters, commute every month, and all this is possible without adding a single, vehicle on top of it. So here, for example, in Maersk, what we've done is we've, connected the containers. We're able to, we have sensors, we have the cloud. We are able to figure out, time, temperature, humidity, moisture, and accordingly add value to Maersk, where, they're able to sell their goods for a premium, or transport at a premium, and, give a good end-to-end service to clients. So this is the, the path that we see. On one side, you have the brick and mortar companies, and on the other side, you have the cloud service companies. And in between that, you will see ICT, taking root. And Ericsson, as I said, we are at that crossroads. We want to be part of this transformation story. So let's look at how Ericsson, what we do in marketing in Ericsson. As I said earlier, 90% of our business comes from telecom operators, and that is changing. We're getting into verticals. We still don't know what are the, potential and the opportunities that are available. So there's a lot of, market development that we need to do. We're going, beyond the traditional operator market. So that's the, that's the kind of challenge that we face. And, how do we, kind of, embrace that change is the fact that, we have 3 types of marketing in Ericsson. The brand marketing, which is more about the vision. The category is about, the different segments that we operate in. And finally, the product marketing, which is, getting down into, benefits and functions of our portfolio. So content is, runs through all these, all the 3 different types of marketing, which is supported by the different, channels. Going one step ahead, this is the marketing stages that you see on the top. So at each level, you will find, content in different hues and shape, based on, what we're targeting. But for us, most of the content marketing is at the brand level. That's where we try and, build awareness, build knowledge, and create preference for our portfolio. So how are we leveraging this content through the network society? We've, created various streams. There is streams on industry transformation, city life. Now, the example about city life is, as you know, most people are increasingly living in urban areas. There are more people living in cities than in rural areas globally. So what does that mean in terms of, resources? How can ICT, help transform that? So there's a whole lot of, in-depth knowledge that we're trying to create. Things like, working life. I mean, most people spend time either at work or at home. So, how can you collaborate better? So the point here is that from a content standpoint, there are many streams that we're working on. We're trying to create the different facets of what we call the network society, trying to, build, thought leadership based on, something that is a little futuristic. If you look at video consumption, it's going to, surpass, most content. So video is a big, platform for us to, take our messages. We trying to build as many, as many videos as possible, for the network society. Another way we trying to, build content is through our research wing, which is called the Consumer Lab. Here, what we try and understand from consumers is, on things like customer experience, how do they use their smartphones, what are the apps and services they like. In fact, the latest Consumer Lab report talks about a particular trend where it says by 2020, you will have people actually communicating to their devices through the mind. Now, I don't know how far-fetched that is, but considering that anything is possible, I think we just need to take it with a pinch of salt. The other piece is, from an India perspective, we have a partnership with Economic Times where we try to, have a portal, a certain framework where we interview, potential customers, ecosystem players, try and get their views, get a kind of platform where most of the issues in the industry is addressed. And it's been very successful for us. It's been a good differentiator in terms of increasing awareness with the target group. So on that note, what I'd like to state is that, thanks to the Network Society, we have new realities. As marketers, we talk about real-time marketing. We talk about, mobile first. We talk about consumer experience. But, from an Ericsson standpoint, as I said, we are at this crossroads. We've crossed the inflection point. The Network Society is our story as Ericsson transforms. Now, it is not that, we've done this, transformation and we're successful about it. We're actually living that story. And, how successful, that transformation is will also depend on, how well that story is articulated and how well our customers and potential customers receive it. So to have that, story alive, I think, I think this cliché of, content is king, still holds good. So on that note, I think I will just, play this video. It's a little snapshot of our Network Society story.
It's hard to see when surrounded by it. Take a step back. Look around. Change is everywhere now. Change builds arenas of magic and fosters new worlds of talent. It takes hospitals to the streets and the bedridden into nature. Change measures, understands, and spurs us on. It welcomes the most distant places into its presence and the most eager students into its classrooms. It fills our lights with digital power, our language with new meaning, and the separated with hope. Change lets us steer from afar and brings knowledge anywhere. Turns empty rooms into open hotels and learning into child's play. Its most devoted minds reinvent hierarchies and industries. Wild ideas burst into big business and big dreams into reality. Change helps our planet by making smarter use of its greatest powers. It finds knowledge in waste and in the ingredients of nature. Steel boxes become smart carriers, and machines become communicators. It joins the tracks and shields our bodies. It guards the largest of giants, the deepest of forests, and our protectors in the most dangerous surroundings. Alone, each change marks progress. Combined, they transform our world. The opportunities are everywhere now. Take them.
Thank you. I don't know if there's a possibility for question and answers. Yeah.
So you talked about content within your company.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you throw some, two things. Can you throw some light on, one, do you have a separate content team within your company?
Yeah.
Does it do marketing function or is it a separate team altogether? And secondly, how do you decide on the content strategy? Do you do it on a quarterly basis, on a yearly basis? Do you say, this video, you have a calendar which goes out? So how do you decide on the strategy of the content itself? Somebody talked about a content calendar yesterday. Do you guys have a calendar which you come out with?
Do you have a what?
A calendar, a content calendar.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you say that we'll come out with X number of videos, X number of publications, white papers, whatever?
Yeah.
So the team structure and the strategy.
Yeah, what was the first question?
The team, do you have a separate team for content?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So I'll tell you how it is. I mean, being a large organization, we have, Ericsson, at least, there are two types of marketing personnel. Yeah, one is content, and the other one is the activation. So you fall in either one of them. You don't fall in both. So if someone is making content, he just makes content. He's not, he probably helps in the activation part of it. And if you're in the activation, you package the content based on, what a local requirement is or what a local need is. So that's how we coexist. So just two types of resources. So if I go into the system, I need to have an employee code defined based on that job category. It's as basic as that. Second is on the calendar. A little bit about my company culture is that if you look at our product and product life cycle, it's anywhere between 8 months to 24 months. Some of these decisions for purchase takes as long as that. So we generally have a very long-term view in terms of how we do our planning. And most of the planning is done a year in advance. Now the nuances and how detailed and how deep it goes then resides on the strategic marketing person who is actually working on it. But everything is decided well in advance. There is a kind of relook done at the middle of the year. But then again, it all depends on the budget. Suddenly you find that you haven't consumed your budget, and then you'll make this, series of videos. But those are last-minute decisions that, we all do, as marketers. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for your question. And thank you very much to you, George Paul.